Most High, God of Israel, God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Blessed be the Yah. Alright, what's going on YouTube? We're going to do another video. This one I want to touch bases, and it's dealing with health and wellness, because that's what I've chosen to set my life upon, is health and wellness, and helping myself and as well as my people, my family, and uncovering these lies on healing, on health, and this big medical industry, which is taking advantage of so many people. So we want to do something about that, and that's where we're coming from, that angle. So this video right here is going to be about what can you do naturally for type 2 diabetes. And we want to give a little understanding on what type 2 diabetes really is and how does it come about. I mean, we get the diagnosis, we get the doctor telling us, okay, this was wrong, but we rarely hear how exactly did it happen and what can we do to reverse it. So let's get right into it. Type 2 diabetes, what is that? First, let's understand the body functions. Anytime you eat food, any type of food, whether it be beverage or a meal, the body uses a hormone called insulin to help metabolize that food, break it down, and convert it over into energy. That this food may be able to penetrate and be absorbed by the blood cells, and those blood cells will carry those nutrients throughout the body. Okay, now that insulin comes from two places predominantly. One, the pancreas. Two, the liver. Okay, understand this. Anytime you eat, your pancreas is activated. It starts to release insulin. Okay? This is what keeps the blood sugar from rising and spiking too high. Is your insulin. This is while you eat. Okay, when you're not eating, let's say at night, most of us sleep 8 hours a day. So we know people who deal with blood sugar, right? Low blood sugar, right? Okay, let's say the people who's not dealing with low blood sugar, how is it that their blood sugar doesn't drop overnight without eating a meal? I tell you how. The liver. When you're not eating, the liver releases insulin from the liver. The body releases insulin from the liver to keep the blood stable and regulated from dropping too low. So the pancreas keep the blood, the insulin coming from the pancreas keep the blood from spiking too high. The insulin coming from the liver keep the blood from spiking too low. Okay? Both functions are needed for different scenarios at different times. Like I said, when you're laying down, you're sleeping, you're not eating. So what's keeping that blood sugar from dropping too low? Insulin release from the liver. When you're eating, let's say somebody eat a big bowl of ice cream with cake. What's keeping that blood sugar from spiking too high? Your insulin that's coming from the pancreas. So, what causes type 2 diabetes? After saying that, the American diet. I talked about in my other videos how these starches, these greasy meats, these unnatural fats, from the vegetable oils and the canola oil, these foods clog up passageways in the body. It clogs up the body organs, like the pancreas duct, which is a passageway leading from the pancreas. It's about the size of your pinky finger. Once this pancreas, your organ called the pancreas or the pancreas duct, becomes clogged with flour, starchy food, bread, greasy meat, the unnatural oils, the vegetable oils and all that whatnot, the cakes, the basic American diet. Once the body becomes clogged up, the passageways become clogged up with these foods, guess what? The insulin that was generated in the pancreas can't make it to the bloodstream. Why? Because now it's blocked. Years and years of eating starchy, high starch diets, high meat diets, this stuff calcifies, hardens in the body. Also, years and years of not being properly hydrated to help these flours and these grease pass through the body. So once the pancreas becomes clogged or partially clogged, a lot of you guys out there who they tell your borderline diabetes, what that mean? Borderline, that means your pancreas and liver is partially clogged. It's not completely, but it's almost there. Now, once you become what they call diabetic, that means your pancreas is clogged. Okay? Your pancreas is clogged up. So now anytime you eat a meal, you experience these symptoms of what they call high blood sugar or diabetes. Why is these symptoms being experienced now? Because the pancreas duct is being clogged. Now that insulin cannot make it to the bloodstream after you eat a meal. So you're going to experience these symptoms of high blood sugar. The numbness, that's from nerve damage, the tingling, the sweating, all of those type 2 diabetes symptoms is coming from the insulin not being able to make it to the bloodstream. So that's what's caused type 2 diabetes. Once your pancreas and the pancreas duct is clogged by the diet and the meal that we eat, once that is clogged, you're basically facing what they call diabetes, because the insulin now cannot make it to the bloodstream. So now you have to take an unnatural form of insulin. Okay? And this is, put into the body through needle syringes. So, what do we need to do to reverse it after saying that? We need to unclog the pancreas. Now, have you ever heard the doctor say that? No. But that's what it takes. Mainly the pancreas, also the liver. But mainly the pancreas. Also, I'm going to say the liver and the kidneys. But mainly the pancreas, because like I said, this is where the insulin comes from when you're eating. You have saliva glands. All this is connected to the whole digestive tract. When you start to eat, these saliva glands releases hormones, which activates. Once you start to chew and swallow, this releases hormones, which activates the pancreas. Tell the pancreas, okay, get ready for some food. It's about to come down. So, what do we need to do? We need to unclog the pancreas. We need to get the pancreas unclogged so that insulin, okay, can start back making it into the bloodstream. Now, people with type 1 diabetes, the pancreas is not making no insulin or very little insulin. That's a whole nother story. That's real. That's very dangerous, and it's very unfortunate for people who are suffering with that. I'm gonna do a video on that because it's actually it's answers to that, natural answers. But let's get on type 2, because this is something that is easily reversible. I mean, you can do this from home, man. I'm telling you, you can do this from home. be walking on the side of Wellville from home. You have to unclog the pancreas. Now, eating the same foods that clog the pancreas is not going to help you. Taking some white pill is not going to help you. Shooting insulin in your body is not going to help you. As long as that pancreas stay clogged up. Google that now. Don't take my word for it. Google the function of the pancreas. Google it. None of that is going to help.